Why, hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as ScreenSpeak, and today is the day where I am seeing the live-action How to Train Your Dragon 2025. Check this out. This shirt, it doesn't work. The reason I'm wearing it is because it's cute. I had this from my when I went to see the live-action Lilo and Stitch, and I just decided to wear it today. I don't have a dragon shirt, really a toothless shirt. I would have gotten one, but I don't want to spend money. I might spend money though on a Superman shirt. I gotta check what DC shirt I have. I need to do that. Oops. Anyway, we're here to talk about this movie. So I'm very excited, way more excited than I was for the live action Lilo and Stitch because the trailers had just wowed me. The trailers were exciting for Lilo and Stitch, but this one feels like more of an epic adventure. You know, I love the How to Train Your Dragon movies, and the friend I'm going to see it with, I can't wait to see it with. He's a big How to Train Your Dragon fan. He loves the music. I love the music. Currently listening to it. Oh boy. Right now. You see that? See that there? Battling the Green Death. Anyway, yeah. I'm on a kick. I'm on a kick. I just rewatched the first one last night. I also rewatched it like 3 months ago when I was sitting at my dorm. The movie's so good. The movie's so good. Oh, look at who I got here. Look at who I got here to come to the film. It's Toothless. It's from Burger King. BK. Thank you so much. Anyway. So yeah, I'm about to go see this movie, and I'm so pumped up. By the way, look at my new do. Look at my new do. So I'm about to go see it with a friend and another friend of his that I don't know, good friend of mine. So yeah, friend Jonathan, you've seen him, right? You've seen him. It's not Michael today. It's not Michael today. I'm sorry, guys. It's not Michael. You'll see Michael again for F1. All right. So get pumped for F1. I'll see you guys in a minute when I come out of the movie. See you guys soon. Jonathan, what do you have to say to Michael first, our viewers about Michael?
No. We should start with the movie first.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell a very important statement. I thought you were going to say a very important statement.
No. All right, Michael, you were wrong.
Yeah, Michael was wrong. Michael missed this movie in theater, in IMAX. Very good.
Michael, I'm glad to say that you're wrong. And the live-action How to Train Your Dragon remake is actually quite good. It is a solid A-tier movie by my standard.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon, the original, the animated version, is an S-tier movie.
For sure. Oh, I agree.
And so to say that this is an A-tier movie is holding it up to a very high standard. I went in personally very skeptical.
Sure.
I only went because Spencer really wanted to see it and was really hyped about it.
You do what I want.
Well, because, it's a hangout, right?
Yeah, it's a hangout.
So I was personally very skeptical going in this movie. I had no high hopes for it whatsoever. And to say that
your opinion, you changed it. You got changed.
To say that my opinion was changed, I'm very, very satisfied.
That's good.
So
also, we have come out of the darkness.
So very glad. Yes, out into the light. That said, there are things that knocked it down from S tier because if they stuck exactly to it, everybody talked the exact same way that they talk in the movie, all that stuff. Obviously, that's impossible. Yeah. Then it would just be an S tier movie because it's a remake.
Yeah.
But basically beat by beat. But it did get knocked down in a couple places. So
I heard you. Okay.
I'll let you say what you loved about the movie. I'll say what I loved about the movie, and then I'll make my criticisms. And save those.
There were two moments in particular that I love the moment when Hiccup just impersonates his dad and it goes like, "Excuse me, barmaid." They missed that line. I missed that.
Yeah.
And not that they need to say every single thing, but that was a sad moment. And then when he's sitting down with Toothless and the Zippleback, no, not Zippleback. What's the little terrible terror? Like the little creatures come up and he's like, "Everything we know about you is wrong." That was not there either. But those are the only two moments that because I think that's a very crucial line when he goes, "Everything we know about you is wrong," and he is petting them.
There were a couple of story beats that were gone that I did miss.
Yeah, but I think Astrid was a shining. I heard someone say that we should learn more about her family backstory. But seeing her do more action was very neat. I like that.
Here, I'll say a couple things.
Yeah.
First of all, I think they did. I don't know if this is the fact that it's live action or not.
Yeah.
But both Astrid and Stoick's attitudes towards Hiccup and saying, "I can't believe you," and all this stuff feels way more visceral. Maybe because it's just
visceral,
live action.
and better, or not good.
Or maybe because I've grown up since I've seen the movies and I understand the context of we love our tribe, we love our nation.
Yeah.
And I feel like they did do actually a pretty good job of kind of making that contrast between the two.
You're saying that against the way it was done, it was good, or
I think they did a good job acting those scenes out.
Yeah.
Okay. So the things that I really liked is I think because it's live action, it's way more visceral. I felt like there were a decent amount of hard stoppers in there, and I didn't see that coming. I didn't think I would actually, be like get those tense moments.
Yeah. I just like the live action dragons.
So I think they did a good job. The animation of the dragons. They also did a good job adapting the dragons to live action. I was very skeptical of them pulling off Toothless.
Yeah.
And all the other dragons because they're very.
I think
animated.
Toothless was the main one that looks exactly alike.
Yeah, because
the rest of them they didn't need to capture like the cartoony eyes or whatever.
He looks like a bunny rabbit that's a dragon.
Yeah, yeah. Kitty cat dragon.
That said, I do think they beat the DEI allegations.
Can you tell me what that is? I'm sorry.
DEI,
it stands for
diversity, equity, inclusion. Basically.
Okay, that's part of it. That's a thing. Okay.
Yeah, they certainly beat the DEI accusations in terms of would it affect the film or not. I think the actress that does Astrid did a great job.
Oh yeah, Nicole Parker's great. Perfect.
Both her and Hiccup, the actress for Hiccup.
Yeah.
I do think were flat in places. I don't know if it's.
I don't know if it's a script issue or.
I don't know if it was directorial, actor, script, whatever. They fell flat, and I was disappointed in their acting in places. Also, the first whole scene that Hiccup narrates, the story beats just don't hit as hard as they do in the animated version. Yeah. And I'm sure that somebody will do an in-depth analysis as to why they don't hit as hard.
Critical drinker? I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
But I was disappointed in how that scene is not set up as good as it is in the animated version. Also, the thing that I was most disappointed about is the score.
Oh boy.
He basically just copied his score beat by beat.
Yeah, you said that. I listened to it and I was
disappointed because I really hoped he would come back with some original motifs and stuff for his score. And they also didn't line up as well with the story beats. So the score beat and the story beat did not match up quite as well.
I think everything you're saying Mike was not going to like, but I'm just agreeing. Yeah, anyway.
But honestly,
it still was a fun time.
It was still a phenomenal movie, and I do mean it to be an A-tier film.
Yeah, it's an A-tier live action. Like I think if you watch any of the Disney ones, you're just kind of very disappointed. But this one is very exciting.
And I say A-tier in terms of if the animated version never existed.
Yep.
This is the only version we had, and we had no context prior to that. It is still a very good. It is an A-tier film, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, the animated does it better and is the inspiration.
Yeah.
But if it were a standalone film, I think I would enjoy it. It would be an A-tier film still. Maybe B+.
Yeah, I think the music, because
somewhere around there.
I heard someone say the beginning is kind of slow. Like, what do you mean? I'll just wait to see it. But then it the music goes you said it fell flat with his narration. I think the music though from the original it still has a good pace to it.
Sure.
Even though the dialogue might be different.
There were several issues I had. I also think the sound design or the sound mixing, I should say, for that scene, because it was kind of hard to hear dialogue.
You're not wrong. It reminded me of Across the Spider-Verse when the intro started, and then when Gobber's talking, I'm like, hello, what are they trying to say?
What I'm saying is the dialogue is the important part of that narration,
right?
Not the music and the sound effects. And I feel like, I don't know if they were doing that to mask a flat performance.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're doing narration, it's pretty easy to do better takes and practice better takes.
Yeah.
But I don't know why his narration fell flat and why they drowned it out with other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there were some questionable director choices going on in the live action. I'd be kind of curious to see, because there are things that I just don't understand why they did them the way they did.
Sure.
But overall,
a good time.
Overall, I'm going through all these nitpicks because overall, it is a good movie.
Yes.
And holds up its own. Obviously, since it has the exact same story as the original, basically scene for scene, there are a couple things that were added, and I liked that they were added. Yeah. So the things they added that I all liked them, and there were good little differences in lines and stuff like that, and exchanges that actually deepened the story. And I did appreciate that. There were a couple things I didn't like. I feel like, I don't know. I think I'd have to go back and watch the original because I did not see it recently.
That's fair.
The last time I seen it was probably 4 years ago. Sadly,
Okay.
I should go back and rewatch it.
Sadly, you love it so much.
So before I guess I need the context of seeing the original.
That's fair. I wouldn't disagree. The original is better, but
before making a sound conclusion.
They did confirm they're doing the next one, so I'll see how.
Really?
Goes.
They're doing a second one.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm not gonna say. I'm down. I'm down to see how they can improve.
If they remake the third one, I actually hope that they would improve the villain, because the villain falls flat in the third one.
All right. The second one's great. Like, they can improve what they did wrong with this first live action. Like go up, and then, like you just said, make the villain in the third one even better. So, because Drago's in the second one, right?
But I mean, if you've seen the first movie, it is basically beat by beat the exact same movie.
Yeah.
A couple of lines and scenes, very small moments taken out of the film.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely.
I love
why.
the romance chemistry, and then Nick Frost is great.
I think all of the actors they picked did a really great job.
Yeah.
I do kind of feel that Hiccup and Astrid, they had a bit less character than they do in the animated.
I just like the actors they picked, and it was good. And Nick Frost was good. I like Fishleg's character too.
Yeah. So
the casting.
So all of the side characters definitely did a good job with their acting.
Yeah.
Gobber, I think at the start of the movie, I was kind of like, is this guy really supposed to be the Gobber that we know from the animated?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like as the film progressed, it fell more into its own.
Yeah.
As a movie. I don't know why that is, but it actually kind of got better as it went along. Anyway, overall, I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. Agree with the rating there.
So,
would you say like at A, just regular A, or like A plus A minus?
I think I would need to go back and watch the original so I have the right context, because that is easily an S tier film to me.
I know, right? But I don't know if it's just like, okay, it's just an A or like A minus.
My issue is
maybe an A minus with the flaws.
Yeah, honestly, I still think it's an A tier film, because I haven't seen the original in so long.
Yeah.
That I feel like my opinion is not clouded enough by the original to skew it, skew my rating of it up. Because I have the context of the original film. Because again, it is basically beat by beat, the same film, but in live action. And because of that, I think they did a great job. I think the visual design is phenomenal. Yeah. From the animated dragons to the mountains,
to the world stage. The stage. The stage was great. The landscapes were great. Yeah. Why was that so timed? I think whenever this comes out, we'll just have to get together and be like, all right, Michael, let's sit down and watch this.
But the thing, really, my only disappointment is in the first intro scene, the intro to Burke scene, where Hiccup narrates it and it's nighttime. I feel like that's where the film is the most off-kilter. And then after that, it's a phenomenal film, because it is, basically the same film beat by beat.
There's the music starts and like you're into the world, but
part of the reason that the original is so good, man,
one of the best DreamWorks films probably ever.
Yeah, the reason that the original is so good is because the story beats line up so well.
Yeah.
I feel like they did not line the story beats up quite as well.
Yeah.
In this version, which is what I'm disappointed in. But again, the story.
Fair, but yeah,
it's the exact same story.
Yeah.
Something I personally found kind of funny is there is a short scene that is included, and it's basically Stoick the Vast explaining, we've brought tribes into our tribe, our Nordic Scandinavian.
You're talking about in this one, right?
And there was like an Asian lady,
you're right,
and an African American lady, and something like that. And I thought it was kind of funny, just because I understand the Oscars, and basically, the Oscar requirements are you need to have this certain amount of DEI characters in your film to qualify as a Oscar nominee. Where's my words?
Nominee.
So I thought it was kind of funny, but honestly, they fit it into the world well enough, and it didn't really affect anything else besides that one small scene.
Sure.
So I didn't really care.
Yeah.
But I
did think it was odd they did that, but it's fine.
It did feel, out of the scope of the movie. But again, it's just really one scene that it's noticeable.
Yeah.
And the only reason they do it is because they want to be Oscar nominated. And I'm kind of disappointed that that's a standard you have to meet to be Oscar nominated, because it did feel a bit, off kilter coming from the first movie and understanding the context of all the DEI stuff that's been happening in Hollywood. I feel like if it was already an ingrained part of our culture, I wouldn't mind, but I don't know. Anyway,
good thoughts.
I liked the movie. It's super energetic, definitely a lot of heart stoppers. I enjoyed it a lot. It is definitely worth seeing. I might even argue it's worth seeing again.
Yeah.
Great
experience on IMAX.
Yeah, it was a great IMAX experience.
And next time, F1. F1 IMAX.
F1. Yep.
Nice.
And Michael, you were wrong.
Michael was wrong.
It is worth
Michael was wrong. We'll watch with him.
Worth watching.
Yes, we'll watch with him.